Retire early on $9.81 per month in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Yes, the adjustments described in this post show a bare bones living cost of $9.81 per month on Puerto Vallarta in the romantic zone. It's even temporarily cheaper at $6.29 per month during the coronavirus market conditions. This is Dan of Vagabond Awake, the YouTube channel for Vagabond Buddha. We teach people how to retire cheap in paradise and how to slow travel the world for cheap. If you're like me, you might be thinking about going somewhere close by and cheap for a long break after the coronavirus lockdown. Are you in the USA right now? We are presently locked down in the Philippines in the city of Dumaguete during the coronavirus. But today, I would like to talk about living cheap in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We spent about 6 months in Mexico starting in late 2017, and we visited about 18 cities there and generated cost of living data for most of them. During that tour of Mexico and South America, we spent time in Puerto Vallarta so we could generate estimated cost of living and feasibility of living there. We loved Puerto Vallarta. At that time, we were focusing only on on our favorite neighborhood in Puerto Vallarta called the Romantic Zone. But since that time, we've learned some new tricks about saving money, and we'd like to share some of those with you now. At that time, our cost of living table showed a range of living costs for a single person of about $1,180 US to $1,222 US per month. That range included a 2-bedroom apartment with right in the romantic zone, including utilities, 2 meals a day at restaurants, and local transportation link provided to the table. Today, I would like to suggest some adjustments that could reduce those numbers substantially. I'll start by sharing prices as if they have not dropped substantially over the last few months during the coronavirus. Since prices may rebound quickly once there is a vaccine, it's better to refer to present conditions as temporary. After I ignore the significant drop in prices, I will tell you about prices on the ground in Puerto Vallarta today. I will give you the cheap prices last. Okay, part 1. Assume prices will rebound quickly. First, the earlier higher range I estimated of $1,180 to $1,222 table provided at a link uses the $25 per night rate that we actually paid for our 2-bedroom Airbnb apartment. Just the apartment translates at $25 a night to $750 per month, including utilities. Adjustment number 1, $400 a month lower. If you were willing to ride a bus 20 minutes to a nearby community, you could find rents starting at about $300 per month. That would be for a long-term lease of 6 to 12 months, but you would have to pay your utilities for $50 a month. They wouldn't be included like they were in our Airbnb. So your savings would only be about $400 per month over the previous estimated as compared to this adjustment. Okay, the adjustment number 2, $175 a month lower. Personally, I'm a big fan of the romantic zone, so I'd rather stay close in and pay more. I call that livability factor walkability, link provided to that discussion. I believe I would be able to find a 1-bedroom apartment in the romantic zone for about $475 per month by committing to a 6 or 12-month lease. But since I have to pay the utilities myself, I would only save about $175 per month as compared to the higher range in the earlier table estimate. I would just walk the neighborhood further back in the romantic zone and look for rent signs in order to find a place to find a 1-bedroom for about $475. Okay, adjustment number 3, $166 a month lower. The high range in the table allows 48 neighborhood restaurant meals, 8 high-end restaurant meals per month, and 4 food cart meals per month at the cost of $5 for neighborhood per meal, $15 for high-end, and a little lower. I think it was $2.50 for the food cart meals on the table per meal, respectively. And there's a link provided to that. I would drop that to 10 neighborhood restaurants from 48. I would drop it to 4 high-end restaurants from 8 and 4 food carts from Stay the Same. That would drive my total eating budget by $250 per month. That would adjust $250 lower. But however, I would do that by cooking those meals at home, since the groceries would cost about $2 per meal to replace those 42 meals, or $84 per month in groceries. So I would only save about $166 per month. So that would be a $166 per month adjustment. Thus, I could save $241 per month if I decide to live in a 1-bedroom with a lease in the romantic zone, or $566 per month if I decided to live 20 minutes away by bus from the romantic zone. Since I would pick the 1-bedroom in the romantic zone with 6-month lease, I would be able to save $241 a month as compared to my earlier estimate of $1,222 per month. My adjusted costs would be just $981 per month. Thus, for the big three, rent, food, and transportation, I could retire early on $981 per month in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Okay, part 2 of this, I promised to tell you about coronavirus prices. The prices have dropped substantially. You can get a complete 1-bedroom apartment in the best part of the romantic zone for $10 per night right now, link provided, including utilities if you book for a full month. That includes the Airbnb fee and the cleaning fee. If you book today, I'm providing a link to the apartment and the picture of the screen, so you believe me, in a month or 2 from now, prices go up. Who knows what the prices will be, but that's what it looked like today. Link on the webpage, or picture on the webpage. Okay, adjustment number 4, in addition to, so this price holds for a few months, and you would be able to live in Mexico for $427 per month cheaper by paying for this $10 a night 1-bedroom, including utilities, as compared to the earlier quote of $1,222. That means you could pay for the big three of rent, food, and local transportation for $795 per month at today's coronavirus prices. Further, you could use adjustment 3, in fact you'd have to, and cook meals at home to save another $166 per month, because a lot of the restaurants are closed down there, just like here. That would reduce your cost of living to $629 per month to be in Puerto Vallarta. I also noticed that a flight to Puerto Vallarta, for example, from San Francisco, is just $139 one way. That would be added since it's not including the local transportation quoted above. Plus, last time I was there in 2018, Americans can stay in Mexico for 6 months without getting a visa. However, warning, I checked the U.S. Embassy website. It's saying that only essential travel is allowed within Jalisco, Mexico, which is where Puerto Vallarta is presently. So you need to find out what that means. The Mexican government is probably not going to let you go there if you from the airport if you just say you're headed down there for a holiday. That sounds like non-essential travel to me. So find out what that means. There's a link here to the verbiage used on the U.S. Embassy. You can read also. Thanks for listening. This is Dan of Vagabond Awake. Please subscribe, like, or comment if you feel we provided any value here. Also, if you'd like to learn how to live internationally, possibly with less money than you spend at home, please grab a copy of my ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 13 Years. Thanks for listening.